Welcome to Team Cyan's presentation on digital information and digital literacy. Digital media literacy at its core is a combination of a few key concepts split into two categories, digital literacy and media literacy. In terms of digital literacy, we're talking about the actual day-to-day use of digital platforms. This could be quantified as something simple like tweeting, posting on Facebook, simply knowing how to interact with the platform responsibly, and having the intellectual skills to operate those platforms. Media literacy is more about the ability to critically think about the content you are viewing and creating a digital media web space. Many people are now learning at a very young age how to use these platforms, but many of them are never taught to think critically about what they read, write, post, or upload to the internet. So to summarize, digital media literacy is about combining functional knowledge with critical skills and the ability to create content that is not only responsible but original. Here we have a news article from Columbia Journalism Review. Hobbs views media literacy as a big tent, under which news literacy is a strand, and her approach to teaching news literacy is rooted in integrating journalism across courses through critical reading and thinking exercises. Meanwhile, Miller and his Stony Brook, to them, media literacy emphasizes the need to differentiate between types of media, say marketing, propaganda, pop culture, but they believe the news literacy, an independent curriculum that uses existing examples of journalism to teach actionable skepticism in the form of journalistic verification skills. The problem of misinformation today is the outcome of what has been referred to as a post-truth, a condition whereby facts and objectivity are overshadowed by personal beliefs and emotions. Too much media exposure without the proper critical thinking skills leads to a total distrust of even reliable sources. Some quick facts. 82% of middle school students couldn't tell the difference between sponsored articles and real news stories. Most of high school students didn't bother to verify where photos online came from and blindly accepted the photos and shared content such as posts shared on Facebook and Twitter. A few months ago, as reported by EdSource and Common Sense Media, media literacy legislation was introduced in California State Senate that would require the State Superintendent of Public Instruction and the State Board of Education to convene a committee of educators, librarians, parents, students, and media experts to identify best practices and create guidelines and recommendations on how to teach students to be skeptical, inform news consumers, and how to recognize fake news. Last March, Washington State passed a similar digital citizenship and media literacy law. Similar legislation is pending in several other states. Should the states get involved? Some say so. Some of the red flags are easy to spot. Here we have an article from CNN. Schools are teaching kids to fight fake news. And the story missing a byline? Is the headline in all caps? Is there excessive punctuation? Are they promising you something the media doesn't want you to know? Some take a little more thought. Who published it? Is the tone a little sensational? Is the content generally trying to inform you, or just trying to get you to see ads? TheKnifeMedia.com attempts to offer non-biased news, although for a subscription fee outside 5 free articles a month. Here we have a few tweets from Media Smarts. On New Research Hub, we'll look at news media influence on public policy. Media influences policy, and as a consequence, those who consume that media. Critical media literacy integral to students' learning. So we can see here that it's being implemented at school levels from Scoop It. Starting them off right, teaching critical media literacy in the classroom, how teachers are using Twitter in the classroom. As we can see, it's not very active. It's only got 35 likes and 52 comments. If only all Twitter users had these teachers. Here we have a historic meeting from the Korean Peninsula just in recent time. What does the future hold for relations between North and South Korea and the U.S.? The article provides context for the ongoing off-again talks and invites students to figure out what will happen next. This is a great resource for ways to teach with the news media in the classroom. Thank you for watching Team Cyan's presentation.